Performance by Borla touring system should appeal to the truck owners out there who are looking for a premium system in regards to overall build quality and materials, one that will offer that very cool dual same side exit configuration and perhaps one of the most unique tips in the category. But finally, and maybe most importantly, it's going to be for the owners out there who want to upgrade their exhaust but would prefer to keep things as quiet as possible. And I do think that's the biggie here when talking about this particular system, as in my opinion, it is going to be one of the tamest aftermarket systems, and this is going to be a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on my difficulty meter. So the touring that we have in this video is currently one of 2 different options available from Ford Performance and from Borla. Your other option being the slightly more aggressive sport option here, but as advertised, the touring is going to be the milder of the 2 systems, as you guys heard with our sound clips. And speaking of those sound clips, you guys heard the deal. You're getting the smallest amount of volume increase over your factory system, which some people may be after, others maybe not so much. And quite frankly, if you're after a very aggressive system, the touring just simply isn't gonna be for you. Check out that sport system instead that we just talked about. Now, what you are getting, again, is the smallest increase in volume over your factory system, a slightly deeper tone when you really hammer on it, but this thing is absolutely whisper quiet inside the cab. So breaking out my Wake the Neighbor scale with 1 essentially being a factory exhaust, I got this thing coming in at a strong 2 out of 5 on my 1 to 5 or 1 the Wake the Neighbor scale. Honestly, guys, I don't hand out a whole lot of 2s here when it comes to overall volume, and that should be a good indication to you just how quiet this thing is. And in my opinion, honestly, it's probably one of the most quiet systems currently available for your truck. So if you really aren't getting a ton of sound from an exhaust, why else might you want to consider it? Well, the premium Borla and Ford Performance quality should be a biggie here for you. 304 grade stainless steel throughout, premium welds, build quality. It's just a very, very nice system from start to finish. You're looking at 3-inch tubing going through the resonator here, leading into the Touring Series muffler before stepping down into 2¼ inch tubing, all exiting out these very unique 4-inch square tips. I can't decide if I love them or hate them. Luckily for you guys, it doesn't matter what I think in that department, but they are very unique to say the least. But let's go back and talk about kind of what shapes the sound here, the mild sound with the touring system. And honestly, it's a combination of 2 things. First up, you do have that mid-pipe resonator that we talked about, working along or in conjunction with the turbo style Touring Series muffler, really helps keep everything in check. I do also want to point out that those square tips that we just talked about, they are going to exit in the stock location behind that passenger side rear tire. And I do want to say that yes, they are pretty unique, and the square tips, in my opinion, do work with the newer F-150s because the truck as a whole is a little boxier by nature, and these things kind of fit along with that. Switching gears, let's quickly talk about price before we get into the install. And throughout the video, we've mentioned this is a premium system. You're getting great build quality, great materials, and as such, it is going to carry with it a premium price tag. You're looking right around the $1,100 to $1,200 price point for the Ford Performance by Borla system, putting it in line with some of your other more premium options here on the site. But as the old saying goes, you get what you pay for, and the Ford Performance by Borla stuff certainly doesn't disappoint. But let's get into that install a little further here, guys. And as I mentioned at the very top of this video, this is going to be a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches despite the small amount of cutting needed depending on your cabin bed size. Now, I don't want this to scare you guys away because cutting this system is not very difficult as long as you measure twice, cut once, using a decent cutting tool and a vise. Ford Performance and Borla, they lay out very clearly where you need to cut. So again, just take your time, measure everything correctly, and you won't have any issues. As far as tools needed, well, obviously that cutting tool is a given, along with a basic socket set is really all you need to get everything in place here with this catback. You'll want to get that factory system out of the way first. Once that is removed from the truck, get to work installing the new guy here, starting from front to back. Get the entire system hung first before your final tighten up, and you're good to go. So for the countless owners out there who love modifying their trucks but have been holding off on modifying their stock exhaust because of that less than favorable tone, I think the Ford Performance by Borla Touring is going to be a great choice for you. The slightest increase in volume along with that A+ build makes this an awesome choice for any truck owner who would prefer to keep things as quiet as possible, and you can check one out for your ride right here at AmericanMuscle.com.